Ooh, what's good? My name is Axotol, and today is episode 1.5 of the Dark Souls 3 guide playthrough thing. It's not really a guide, but regardless, today we're going over Firelink Shrine is what this place is called. I don't really know the names of the areas, but it doesn't matter too much. Um, yeah, today we're gonna clear this place out. We're gonna kill that one enemy back in the Untitled Graves, I believe is what it was called. And then I'm gonna go over like menus and stuff and shop stuff, all the more boring stuff to deal with afterwards. So, starting from the bonfire, you can go over here, talk to this lady. This is how you level up. She's going to be very important throughout your playthrough unless you're doing a soul level 1 run. But if you're new, I do not recommend that at all in any way, shape, or form. It is possible with literally any weapon in the game, even without weapons, but that is for the more advanced players. After her, you're going to want to talk to this dude. He does give you a gesture, which can be used. You can switch him out, do all sorts of stuff. Up to you. Does not really matter at all. This lady is the general shopkeeper. She gives you all of this kind of stuff. Starter items that I do recommend from here are the white soapstone. This lets you start co-op if you are trying to play with a friend. Very useful. You can only use it when you are embered, which means you are prone to getting invaded, so keep that in mind. And dried finger is also pretty solid. This increases the cap of people you can have in your world. However, it also increases the amount of invaders that can be in your world, so keep that in mind as well. Other than that, the other stuff isn't really all that necessary. It's more beginner stuff. Few shields, few arrows. That being said, so this ember has the number 3 above the 2500. This purple moss clump has the number 6 above it. And then fire bombs doesn't have a number above the 100. That means that fire bombs, the prism stones, the scimitars, short swords, those are all infinite based items, which means you can come here and you can buy as many as you want and she will never run out of them. However, stuff like the ember, the purple moss clump, these things are one-time use only, you know?
Ashen 1.
She's also important. You give a certain type of item to her later, but we don't have that item, so it does not matter. Andre is probably the most important one out of all of them. Here you can reinforce your Estus, reinforce your weapons, infuse your weapons, change how much Estus you have, that kind of stuff. But that doesn't matter. Right now, you just want to talk to him, and then talk to him again, and he will give you the hurrah gesture.
Be careful.
We'll get more into Andre once we have some stuff, or towards the episode or something else. Also, throughout playing the game, you will encounter NPCs. A bunch of them are... What do I say? A bunch of them are based off of certain things. Eventually, they'll show up. You got like a thief over there, pyromancy, sorcerer, dark stuff, miracles somewhere over there, 3 levels, that kind of thing. That being said, we'll get into them once we come back to home base and actually unlock the NPCs. So that being said, that's this general area. There's one more NPC over here. I guess I should talk about him a little bit. This guy up here on the chair, the second chair, I should just walk over. This guy is the fancy guy. Basically, once you kill a boss, the boss drops an item, you give this guy the item, and then it lets you get boss weapons. Pretty fun, pretty fun. That being said, we're going to kill an enemy first. So you're gonna want to come over here, hit the bonfire, and go back to the first ever bonfire you get. So you got High Wall of Lothric. That's the next area. We're not gonna deal with that this episode. You want to go back. Firelink Shrine is the first area. Is the main hub area, which is where we're at. Cemetery of Ash is the first ever bonfire you will ever get. That's the place you want to go. Because from here, there is that one pathway with the one enemy. And I do recommend trying to kill this enemy early in the game. Not only do you get a ton of souls, you also get some upgrade materials, which isn't necessary at this stage, but it's more on the skills side. you do learn how to dodge, and that is the only way to deal with the enemy's attacks is through dodging. On that note, you kill these two. Alright, and then you go over here. As you can see, it says turn back. I could not agree with that more. However, if you do want to get good early at the game, learn how to dodge roll, this is the best enemy to do it. Giant lizard boy. I also recommend, ouch, he does quite a bit of damage. I would do this if you don't have an ember, because he will take it away. That move right there where he stands up and slams the ground and the crystals come out, that's the most important thing that you want to look out for, because those crystals can roll catch you. He's gonna spin his tail. So you can get hit by the slam itself, and then the crystals will come out, and if you dodge too early you will get hit by the crystals, as what happened right there. Roll. Alright, so in this phase, it's a free riposte. As you can see, it does an absolute ton of damage. There was the breath attack earlier. Ouch. I want to die. There was the breath attack earlier. You want to run towards his left or your right. So that way you can dodge the actual attack. I don't know how much damage it does, because it's really telegraphed and it's really easy to dodge. Or not even dodge, just straight up run around. Okay, that being said, if you're having trouble with that enemy, or if you're getting him low and then dying because you are running out of heals, there is an area in which we can get an extra heal charge for our Estus Flask. So if you don't want to deal with them right away, then I will show you how to get, an extra heal. Help you deal with them even better. So now that we're done, we're gonna run back here. We're gonna go back to Firelink Shrine, and we're gonna clear the rest of the place out. So travel, Firelink Shrine. Okay, in terms of the outside first. You don't want to wait for this stuff. It will disappear eventually. Event, come on. Disappear, please. In terms of like outside enemies, there is only one important enemy in this area that you might want to tackle on early. Went the wrong way. That being said, yeah, you want to go this way first. I'm gonna go up here. Sometimes this place will have the same fog wall as the entrance over there. So this place is the seed of a giant tree. This is PvP like only, pretty much. Every time you get invaded, a seed will spawn. You can pick it up here. What those seeds do is they make the enemies in the game hostile towards the players, or towards the invaders. So it's good for trying to figure out where they are. You can come down here, Homeward Bone. You can drop down there and kill the dog, but there's no point in doing that just yet. So you can come over this way. You can pick up the Ember. Keep going. These two hollows won't aggro on you until you pick up that item on the tree. It's hard to see because of the snow behind. So you can kill them. They're gonna try and defend themselves, but they'll slaughter them easily. And then you can come pick this up. It's a shield. It's not that good of a shield, but it's whatever. Okay. This is the last enemy that you actually need to kill. And by kill, I mean cheese ridiculously easily. So you want to run down here. He's following you, don't worry. And just hide right here. He's going to do his attacks, and eventually he'll just throw himself off of the cliff. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Goodbye. Whenever an enemy does die to something else, you will get the souls. That being said, he does drop items. So if a person drops items and they die like off a cliff or something like that, what you want to do, you want to quit the game and then load back in. And this will respawn the area, not in terms of like bonfire respawn, but it'll, I don't really know how to put it. It'll just reload the area. That being said, the items that you were missing will spawn where the original NPC was. See? Here we go. Get the Uchi Katana and the Master's Attire. Master's Attire is whatever. Katana, on the other hand, is pretty good, but we don't have enough dexterity for it. It's a pretty good weapon, especially early on. It does take a few levels to actually use it. You could have just dropped down the other way. I don't know why I'm walking this way. Okay. So here we are, Firelink Shrine. He does drop quite a few souls. The lizard drops quite a few souls, so don't forget to use them. Especially before we go to this next area, because you can die if you're not careful. 16 dex, there we go. 15 health. Don't mind if I do.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Getting around 15 to 20 health for the next area is pretty good. So once you're done with your souls and stuff, come back up this way towards the tree. And we're going to do an exploit that's been there since day one. So this door is locked. You can buy it from the Shrine Maiden, the general merchant. Don't forget those souls. And then it can unlock and you can go up there, cross the bridge, you can drop down on this roof, you can go up there, that kind of stuff. That being said, you can also just straight up go on this part. You won't be able to go all the way up there, but you can go on this part of the roof from jumping off of this tree. Ooh, first try, baby, let's go. This is gonna take some practice, but the rewards are definitely worth it, and I recommend you do this immediately. So stick to this place, stick to the right side. There's gonna be a gap here. You wanna go in here, be careful, because it is a very long fall, and you will die. That being said, there's 3 things up here that are very important. You have the crows, which you can trade items to get unique items. There's an Estus shard, which is another heal. And there's also a special ring that increases the amount of souls you get. That being said, walk around, grab the Estus shard. You can drop items here and they'll give you items, but that's the entrance. You want to walk over this way towards the thrones at the bottom and hit the wall. Bam. You want to drop down at the end. So this is a chest. It is not a mimic. You can tell by the chain. So for a normal chest, the chain goes towards the back. It points towards the back of side of the chest. If it's a mimic, it'll point towards you, or the open side of the chest, I should say. And that's it. That is literally everything for this area. You have done everything. Congratulations. Don't forget to equip the ring. The ring gives a decent amount of souls, especially if you start off early. Actually, that being said, there's one more thing we can do, and that is actually getting the Estus flask. So you want to come over here. You want to talk to Andre. What's good, Andre? A lot Estus is not what you want. This one you can change which type and how much of the Estus you want. 3-1 is fine. Reinforce Estus flask is what you want to do. That gives you a charge, and then you can lot it any way you want. I recommend having at least 1 Ashen Estus. It's always good, especially if your weapon is very weapon art heavy, I should say. On that note, my name has been Axotol. This has been episode 1.5 of the Dark Souls guide. Make sure you get some sleep, make sure you drink some water. I will see you when you tune in next time. Now go to sleep.